one and only Chris Carnage with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Everett Lee, and we welcome you to another edition of Riot Pro Wrestling presents Afterburn, your weekly recap of Backstage segments with breakdowns of new matches shown every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, with us calling all the in-ring action.
Just like what we're about to see this week, Chris. This week, we're going to take a look at Aramais Rome as he takes on the center Christian Mills for the Young Lions Championship.
And there's a reason why the center Christian Mills is a Riot Pro Wrestling Young Lions champion. And we even have a nice little highlight package featuring Christian Mills. Check it out here.
A Riot Pro Wrestling Young Lions champion making his way to the ring, good old Christian Mills.
It seems that Mr. Showtime has been trying to block me from feeling like a champion.
Showtime, you hear that? Each and every obstacle doesn't matter what you throw in front of Christian Mills.
Week in and week out, this is what I'm here to do. Defend the Young Lions Championship. I said I was a fighting champion, so any and all comers, huh?
You're not doing anything to stop me. Keep defending your mercenaries, bro. It don't mean nothing to this.
I think this is an absolute amazing highlight package showing all the great things Christian Mills has been able to accomplish here at Riot Pro Wrestling, coming up against adversity, show after show, match after match. Absolute insanity that Mr. Showtime has been putting him through, and no matter what, the sinner keeps coming out on top. You don't look too happy about that, Everett Lee. You okay over there?
Christian Mills has held on to that championship, Chris. Mr. Showtime's done everything to take that championship away from the center Christian Mills. He still holds on to it. The man still holds on to that championship.
Well, I mean, in reality, Mr. Showtime had to realize that there was a possibility that Christian Mills was not only going to come out as a fighting champion, but be a victorious fighting champion, event after event, match after match, and he's still our Young Lions champion.
He is. I'm waiting for the day. I'm going to be front row with a bag of popcorn and some soda when he loses that Young Lions championship. It'd be the happiest day of my life. It'd be more happier than my birthday, Chris.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to leave that popcorn and soda off to the side until it happens. It's going to get stale. That soda's going to go flat because he just keeps on winning.
Well, Chris, I'm hoping our great general manager, Mr. Showtime, has someone in store for the center Christian Mills this week.
Well, you know what? I had a little birdie in my ear earlier telling me what will happen, and Mr. Showtime has found somebody to take on the Young Lions champion in Christian Mills, and that is none other than Aramais Rome. That's right, the modern Roman gladiator. Dude's absolutely intense, absolutely savage. I have never seen a guy quite like this, so this is definitely going to be an interesting one for our Young Lions champion, but our Young Lions champion was caught backstage and was interrupted by Riot's own general manager, Mr. Showtime, before his promo. So let's take a look at this exchange between Mr. Showtime and our Young Lions champion, Christian Mills.
You know, it's show after show here at Riot that you see one consistent thing. It's the Young Lions belt and Christian Mills here defending it. I'm gonna keep doing what I...
Christian Mills.
Christian Mills that? Blah, blah, blah. You know, Christian, how this works. I'm the one who put this on your shoulder. And I'm the one who's gonna take it back off of you. So tonight, it's over. Christian, I mean, how many times do we have to go through this? I tried to make you my champion. And look what you do. You talk all this trash about Mr. Showtime? I mean, come on. Let's be honest. You wouldn't even have a job if it wasn't for me. Like,
You shouldn't just be running up on people in alleyways, you know? I come over here to get the hell away from you, so I just don't snap sometimes, you know? So maybe sometimes the sinner just needs to come back out, you know? You're alright. I'm alright. We're good. I'll take on your hitman. Keep them coming. You know? The energy off of that. I energize off of this. Thank you, Mr. Showtime, for inspiring me.
Where the hell is security when I need them? Damn!
I cannot believe that. Christian Mills put his hands on our Riot general manager, Mr. Showtime. Put his hands on him. Where was security? Where was security? I think some of the security, we need to reevaluate the security here, because they're looking like Paul Blart walking around when they should be focusing on the safety of our great general manager, Mr. Showtime. The center had no right, I said no right, to put his hands on Mr. Showtime.
I feel like he had absolutely every single right, given every piece of crap that Showtime has thrown at him, literally. And it's getting ridiculous. And you know what? The security snafu's on Mr. Showtime. Doesn't he not pick who ends up being security, who we book here at Riot Pro Wrestling?
Well, it's like, everything's not, as it seems on a form in a paper, and of course the background check, you know how background checks go. So maybe they had a prior thing to where they took one too many of Raven Knight's cookies or donuts and stuff. So those are the ones you cannot trust right there. I think we're going to have to get some experienced security people, like a guy named Ralphus. I think that would be much credible with security to make sure Mr. Showtime is safe, so people like Christian Mills just don't snap at a moment's in when you don't know that, they snap and they're like off their meds like some crazy person.
Goodness, Everett Lee.
I'm
Absolute
serious.
hogwash.
I'm serious.
That's hogwash. Because look, at the end of the day, Showtime should have expected no less of a reaction from the center, Christian Mills, given everything he's put him through. And on top of it, he probably lit a fire he did not intend to. Because as you saw, Christian Mills was more than energized and ready for his match after that.
Reminds me of when I get up in the morning after I have my 12 cups of coffee and 5 Red Bulls. I'm ready to go. It's inspiring, so.
Yeah, but the difference is after your 12 cups of coffee, you usually just run off to the bathroom, not go and wrestle a match. But to be able to see what happened in this match, we got to take a closer look. Catch it here.
It's been Rome since the ringing the bell here, Chris. Mills has not really had any defense against Rome. He's just tearing him up.
He absolutely is. As you see Rome, deliver a huge chop right to the chest of Christian Mills.
He's not letting loose. And here we go, Chris.
Oh my goodness. Huge backdrop from Rome as he rolls Christian Mills into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and this one's not over yet.
He's pacing it down now, Chris, because it looks like he's about to get ready to finish Christian Mills here as he's casually, walking right over, but getting an elbow to the face and a kick to the face by Mills.
Mills coming in heavy with the rights, landing one after the other, just backing Rome into the corner. Christian Mills came in, no one home. Rome had Mills telegraphed, goes for the cover. 1, 2. And a kick out from our Young Lions champion.
Rome made a mistake. He let off on attacking Mills. He let off. As soon as Mills seen that opening, he took advantage. But Rome needs to start pacing himself more aggressively like he did in the opening of this matchup, because once Mills sees that opening, I'm afraid it's going to be over for Rome.
I mean, that is a possibility. We'll see what happens as Rome now has the advantage, having Mills by the hand, going to the top rope, high rent district. Oh, getting a little flashy, and Mills take advantage.
Oh no, Chris. He's building that momentum up. It's not looking good for Rome.
Definitely is, and we see Mills come around into a swinging neck breaker on Rome. Will Mills capitalize?
He needs to go for that cover.
There it is. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out from Rome.
Rome rolling himself outside of the ring, trying to give him some space between him and Mills there. He did not expect the comeback that Mills just gave him. Rome's playing it smart here, but he better watch out, because it looks like we're going to have a flying center. Here it comes, Chris.
Oh, huge suicide dive from Christian Mills, leveling Rome on the outside.
He leveled him. But look, Rome's has got up. It hurt Mills more than it did Rome. Is Rome going to do the same thing here? Or is he just going to try to win the championship on a count out? But he can't. And whoop, no one home. No.
Oh. Rome thought he had it telegraphed, but Mills takes advantage, hits a second suicide dive. Our Young Lions champion is fired up.
I don't think that's going to be enough. Rome needs to collect himself and get back in the ring, and he needs to put the center away if he wants to capture that Young Lions championship. This is not looking good.
It's definitely not, as Christian Mills springboards into the ring, gets caught by Rome. Oh! Into it looked like a huge fisherman plex of some type. Still has a hold.
Christian's resisting. He's resisting. Right to the face.
Yeah, Mills working him over into a pull-down neck breaker. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. This one is over.
And still, your Riot Pro Wrestling Young Lions champion, this is Christian Mills.
And looky there, Christian Mills picking up yet another win against a formidable opponent put in front of him by Mr. Showtime, and we can say the sinner, Christian Mills, is still your Riot Pro Wrestling Young Lions champion. Are you okay over there, Everett Lee? You seem to have your head in your hand a lot lately.
My hand should be up beside the head of Christian Mills for retaining that Young Lions championship. I should be taking blood pressure medicine at this moment now.
You're getting worked up over here, almost like you're going to get in the ring and do something.
This is almost like one of those old TV shows, Chris, when you're hoping the villain comes out on top there, because he's not a villain. He's portrayed as a villain, but he's not. And Christian Mills keeps overcoming. If he makes any more hurdles, we're going to have to put him in this year's Olympics. That's just what gets me, Chris. It's just, he just does not give up. There's got to be someone. Mr. Showtime went back in time with the time machine to get a gladiator. I mean, you might as well go back and get Jonah Ark, Mr. Showtime, because I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith here. And Everett Lee's one of your biggest supporters. And I don't want to lose any support and faith in you because you're our great general manager. I don't know what to do, Chris. Maybe I should have some cake, but no Raven Knight cookies.
I mean, I know you're a big fan of those Raven Knight cookies. I mean, I'm sure we can get her to bring you some, maybe bring in a nice little box, maybe a little tin.
Yeah. While you're at it, why don't you have T. Gaines come in and give me a protein shake, man? What do you think, man? What do you think?
I think maybe you could use the protein shake. So looking at it, though, Christian Mills is still finding ways to win no matter what. Showtime is running out of people to throw his way. How long can Showtime keep this up?
I don't even know what to say to that, Chris. I do not know to say. And, yeah, I'm trying to roll down. This producer,
Yeah.
Stop rolling it, okay?
You're fine, bud. You're fine. Just sit down. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, you can have his 13th cup of coffee. Oh, my goodness. Hard to find good help sometimes. But no matter what, Christian Mills, the Sinner, is still your Riot Pro Wrestling Young Lions champion.
This Friday, we're going to see the House of Spades and JC Black take on the team of Brian Batical, Panda King, and Raven Knight. This intergender tag team match was something. Do not want to miss it. Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, right here on Riot Pro Wrestling YouTube.
Absolutely going to be an absolute stupendous 6-man tag match, intergender tag match. Haven't seen a whole lot of those here in Riot Pro Wrestling, so definitely a treat you do not want to miss.
You definitely don't want to miss, especially if you want to see matches like that and like the one that we talked about, discussed this week here on Afterburn. You need to attend our next live events right here at Riot Pro Wrestling. Riot Pro Wrestling presents Day of Reckoning, Saturday, July 27th at the Volusia Mall, right next to the old Sears Outlet and Dunderbox, 1700 West International Speedway Boulevard in Daytona Beach, Florida. Tickets available at eventbrite.com. Doors open up at 3:45, showtime at 4 p.m. Ringside $20, second row $15, general admission $10. You will not want to miss this live event from Riot Pro Wrestling.
Absolutely stupendous, and just as amazing as this segment that we have here now, the good old Slam of the Day, which is going to be coming at you from our St. Valentine's Day Massacre event. Check it out here.
So they send out Ruby Flyer to be Alejandro Bravo's tag team partner. I don't know if this is going to work, Chris.
I mean, Alejandro Bravo doesn't seem very impressed.
Oh, no!
Huge kick.
Holy bejesus! He got tattooed right in the mouth.
Ruby Flyer keeps getting hit in the head more times than someone bouncing off their head off the garage door when it don't open. I just don't get it. I don't get it with Ruby Flyer just getting knocked out as he does, man. I
mean, you beat your head on the garage door when it doesn't open?
No, I yell at it like Randy Savage and then it flies open.
I mean, hey, if that works, that could always work that way. Just as much as it works for you to go head over to our social media accounts at Riot PW on Facebook and on Instagram, X, and YouTube at Riot PW Official. Go smash the like, follow, subscribe buttons, and hit the little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we drop new content.
That's right. Keeping you up to date with all that goes on, with all our content from Riot Pro Wrestling on our social media. Stay up to date with that so you can find out the latest and greatest here at Riot Pro Wrestling.
Absolutely, but sadly this does bring us to the end of our episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Afterburn. And remember, you can only get crazy with good old Riot Pro Wrestling.